over here, then? I don't know what's over here. Oh, but this is my favorite little darlings working hard, I take it. Hi, Shantae. Oh, and you too, Mr. Roscoff. Oh, this is your first time meeting, isn't it, at all, my dear? Allow me to introduce you to Mr. Roscoff. He's the owner of the Le Bistro Blanc. Quite a mouthful. Hello there, pleasure to make your acquaintance. Mr. Roscoff here is a business neighbor of Pendleton's. We often have him cater for us. Are you already familiar with him too, Shantae? Well, I've known him for quite a while. He and I are fellow culinary artists after all. We get together for a little advice session every now and then, just like this. An advice session? Something the matter, Mr. Roscoff? Well, yes, as it so happens, I was thinking of expanding our menu in the near future. Namely by bringing back a local specialty from the previous owner's management. Unfortunately, we're having a rather rough time figuring out where to start. A local specialty? I should mention it, I think I remember eating that dish when I was little. I assumed ownership here upon introduction by a local eatery after the war 8 years ago. As such, never had the dish myself, but the townsfolk considered it quite the delicacy. Sadly, however, all but mere fragments of the recipe have been lost to the ravages of war, and the previous owner took any remaining clues with him when he passed a few years back. As much as I'd like to help, I'm afraid I'm at a loss with this. If only we knew what ingredients were used, and we might be able to recreate it. As to be more constructive to think of a new menu item entirely. Mr. Roscoff could use our help. What do you think, Adol?
Yeah.
Well, aren't you a sweetheart? I couldn't ask for anything more. Are you sure it's not in any trouble? Gotta have my 3 squares a day. I want to try the dish. Let's be real. Oh, now I see. Trying to get yourself a little local flavor, aren't you? Naturally, I'd be willing to compensate your efforts with a good meal. It's the least I could do in return for your assistance. It's a deal, then. As for when you could start, there have to be people around who remember the dish to some extent. If we find them and ask, we might be able to figure out what the ingredients are. Oh, now there's an idea. I could say with some certainty that the dish incorporates both seafood and vegetables. Perhaps you could ask someone with a great deal of knowledge about either. That would make our best bets the main square market in the agricultural district. Right, and even though I can only vaguely recall that dish myself, it does mean there's a chance that Carla remembers it too, more than I do at least. Let's start asking, Adol. 1 in a bullion. What? I don't remember seeing that quest. Oh dear, that's a quest that wasn't on the bulletin board. Okay. Rescue, bathhouse debauchery. Prison rescue. 1 in bullion, bathhouse depot. Okay. There was an extra quest then. Okay. I want that Lemire. Heavenly Steps? Oh, the Lemire scale. That's nice. This is Heavenly Steps attack. I have an extra slot, don't I? Oh, okay. That's neat. Nice ground to aerial attack. That's pretty sick. Go down, loser. Peace out, peace out. An Arca appeared. What's an Arca? Let's go take care of these quests really quick. We don't really have any Grimwald Noxus, so I don't think we're going to explore the second. We'll just take care of these quests, and as we get Nox points, we'll do the exploring stuff. Papa, what do you think about fishing out by the river mouth? At this time of year, we might be able to catch the fish on their way from Asteria. Sure. What's up? Huh? You have business with me? A fisherman would probably know, right? We were just wondering something. You ask whether Felipe knows anything about the bistro's specialty from years ago. Oh, I had to fix my chair. I'm sorry about that, chat, if it made a sound. You mean Le Bistro Blanc, right? I know the dish you're asking for. Really? What was it called? Can't exactly recall, but I do remember having it back when I lived in the Noble District. It blew my low expectations of commoner food straight out of the damn water. The juiciest whitefish, the firmest clams, the tenderest shrimp. That dish had it all. It sounds delicious. Now I'm hungry. I always loved fish. Now my days are spent reeking of it. Fate's a cruel one, I tell you. Sorry to hear that. Still, it's whetting my appetite just hearing about it. A dish with that much seafood in it must have been worth every last bite. It was, especially considering how easy fresh fish comes by thanks to this canal. And that's not even counting imports. There's a reason Balduke has so many seafood dishes. Our custom of eating fish on the hieroglyph Fate's day of fasting doesn't hurt either. This really brings me back, but I wouldn't give to have another taste. But it was a Baldukian specialty through and through. Can we maybe ask you to tell us more about the specific seafood used in the dish? Let me think. Memory serves, the particular whitefish they used was... Alright. We just go back now? Is that the quest? You have to go to Carla now. Oh no, Carla, yeah. Carla's got some stuff to say. Oh, it's you all. Something the matter? Well, actually, there's something we wanted to ask you, Carla. You ask Carla if she knows anything about the... Yeah, that. I see. So you're planning to recreate the dish, then. We hope so, anyway. We were thinking you might remember it better than I can. Well, I was pretty young at the time myself, so I only had the vaguest recollection. But I do remember... Oh, sorry about that. I do remember one thing, the broth. It was warm, soothing like an herbal soup. Herbal soup, huh? It was the most delicious part, rich with all the sorts of simmered spices and fish. You were so small back then, but you'd always make room to ask for extra helpings of soup. Did I really? Sounds familiar. Calling it herbal does sound a little unappetizing. Even us kids liked it. One sip of that soup could draw in just about anyone, no matter what their taste. No, I think I actually have the recipe written down in my room somewhere. Wait, you do? Well, you had this awful cold a long time ago, so I asked the owner how to make it. Ah, the memories. He was such a kind old man, and wonderful with kids at that. Oh yeah, I remember that too, definitely. Shouldn't take long to dig it up. Do you mind waiting for a bit? Not at all. Thanks, Carla. Alright, I was looking at something on my phone really quick. I think we're done? I guess we go back to Shantae and Mr. Roscoff, or whatever his name was. No, we have another person to talk to. Okay. This should be the last person, though. I'm gonna look around for some petals here. There's probably gonna be some. I feel like there might have been some I can grab.
The Monstrums, a treasure chest.
Where? Where's that treasure chest at all? Oh! Adol, did you lie to me? Where's that chest? I don't see that chest. Oh, there it is. I was just blind. Oh, welcome, welcome. Here to buy some fresh produce. We sell our crops wholesale to stores all around. You won't find them juicier than this. Maybe she would know. Let's ask her. Let's ask after her pitch dies down. Oh, you mean Le Bistro Blanc? I was actually the old owner's routine supplier at the time. Really? In that case. Yeah, I do have an idea what sort of vegetables went into that dish. I can distinctly remember artichokes sticking out among the bunch, though. Artichokes? You mean those edible thistle buds, right? They're pretty commonly distributed throughout Leah, last I remember. Well, I can't speak for anyone else, but we do eat them quite a lot here. They've got just the faintest tinge of sweetness, perfect for steaming. And they're plenty nutritious to boot. The previous owner practically sang their praises. Wow, I can see why. Don't mind though, could you tell us about what other vegetables used in that dish? Oh, of course. Let me see. No, you can't, but the ingredients. You should report back. Yeah. Now you report back. I should have put 2 and 2 together. It's gonna tell me now, obviously. Go talk to Shantae about this. I do like this kind of music. This soft, somber music we got going on. Very good.
How troublesome.
Oh, you're back. Do those beaming little faces of yours mean what I think they mean? No, we failed in every single way possible. Yes, or well, I hope so anyway. You report the information you gathered. Whitefish, clams, shrimp, artichokes, and other vegetables all in a hearty broth. That sounds like a local specialty if I've ever heard one. All that's left is to recreate it, Shantae. I don't suppose you'd like to help me? Oh, you know it, honey. Roscoff and Shantae then made their way into the kitchen. For long an aromatic scent wafted out, and a single dish soon followed. Dude, that looks so good, I want it. Here we have it, Baldukian style bouillabaisse. Bouillabaisse, I know what that is. I haven't had it personally, but I've played in Tales of games. I know Tales of Arise, that's a recipe. I've never tried it myself, but dude, that looks delicious. Wow, it looks delicious.
Amazing.
That's right, just one look at those ingredients and it came right to me. Pescatarian paradise like this is a balanced diet all on its own. It's got such a beautiful color too. I don't know how to pronounce it. Bouillabaisse itself is a fairly common dish here in Glia. The recipe varies quite a bit between different households and establishments. But this particular one satisfies both body and soul, a perfect meld of comfort and nourishment. It is without a doubt a dish conceived from the previous owner's utmost compassion and care. It'll be a hit with the customers, you can be sure of that. Indeed, I can't express enough how happy I am to revive this dish. Now all will have the chance to enjoy it, whether for the first time, ever, or in forever. You have my sincerest thanks. We couldn't have done this without you. Oh, not at all. I'm just glad our info ended up helping in the end. That makes 2 of us, darling. Now then, let's say we get that reward of yours and before it gets cold.
Alright, that went great.
Done. Oh, we got the recipe, of course. Alright, that's done. Let's do, we could do the bathhouse one. Or we could do the prison rescue. Let's do the prison rescue. We already started it. Like, why wouldn't we, right?
Sweet, it's the Monstrum!
It's a monstrum. What, you need something from me?
Yeah.
Do you now? Ask Maxim as discreetly as you can for intel about the prison's infrastructure. Infrastructure? And for Baldur Prison, no less? I guess that's asking for too much after all, isn't it? Actually, it's not. Cough up 500 gold and I'll get what you need. That's a lot. I mean, it's not a lot, but I don't want to give you gold. Really? That's surprisingly cheap, actually. Yeah, but gold is gold. I've had my eye on that prison for a while now, but there's one more condition before we close this deal. There's these flyers someone's been posting all over town. I want you to get me their newest one. Hasn't even made its way around yet. What kind of flyers are they? One's full of gossip and hearsay, truths mixed with falsehoods. They're tabloids, simply put. Either way, they're all still in demand. Think of it as a necessary expense for gathering intel. The bulletin boards around town are probably your best bet for getting your hands on one.
Yeah.
Know where to find me once you do. Pay up front or no deal. Okay. Where is this? Right over here. There's a woman posting a flyer on the bulletin board. Huh? You guys need something? Oh, I get it. Looking to get a first look at my new scoop. Are you? Here you are, loyal readers. Marie thrust a flyer at you. Special issue. Monstrum's to blame for serial thefts. When will they strike the prison next? Those Monstrums really are a goldmine of intrigue, aren't they? See, I've made it to my mission in life to bring truths like these to the eyes of the people. Keen-eyed individuals like myself are a rare breed. It's up to us to enlighten the masses. But despite all my hard work, soldiers and citizens keep brushing it off as gossip. Unbelievable, right? I mean, huh? Okay. Why do these people walk so weird? It's so suspicious. Speak of the devils, always on me with the whole "stop posting on private property" bit. I better duck all I can. See you next time, loyal readers. Alright, what a weirdo.
This
I forgot the...
we'll need to remember to have the gold ready too.
Yeah, don't worry, I got it ready. Bum 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 bum. Dude, I want to reiterate. Whoever is the composer for Cold Steel and Ease does phenomenal work. The music in these games is so good.
Oh, this is...
I've heard a lot of people praise the music of these games, and I could definitely see it. It's so good.
You buying or not? I see.
And I wanted to, talk. This has been on mode since... Aren't your backs out there? No, yeah. This is what I want. Hand over the flyer and 500 guild, officially striking a deal. Payment received. I accept your request. So, how exactly are we gonna get into it? Get the info, words. It's an owl! An owl? Got a job for you, Arthur. It's named Arthur.
amazing.
Much smarter than foolish humans, to be sure. You want info on the prison's infrastructure. In other words, its layout and security. Whether I can procure that intel is up to our man on the inside. Only time will tell. Here it is. Chance you've been waiting for. A deal too sweet to resist. All you gotta do is take on this job. Client's looking for intel on the prison's layout and patrol routes. Who's the information for? Hey, no questions. That's the first rule of getting ahead in this world. I don't know much about any sectors I don't oversee, but I'd wager a master escape artist like you might be able to fill in the blanks. Got nothing but time, huh, redhead? Go for it. We'll make a mint, you and me. Dude, what is going on with this add-all stuff? You have a feeling you're getting mixed up in something else here. Still, this may be a prime opportunity to gather intel in the prison. There's gotta be like an imposter. One of these add-alls has to be fake. Like, what else could this be? I thought at first that this was like kind of like Persona 5 retracing your steps and stuff, but no, this is like straight up like there's two different add-alls. Dude, this is crazy. I don't know what this like. That's my guess, and I don't know the logic of it yet, but we'll find out, I guess.